Enoch Burke, John McDowell, mention Castlereagh Prison where you go. You're put into prison if you stand up for prison too. My son is in here in a prison cell, locked in with criminals, because he won't use the they pronoun. That's why my son is in here today. He won't call a young boy they. So you go to prison if you stand up for Christian truth. And it's a shame for the churches. Shame upon you, Eamon Martin. Shame upon you, Dad Sir John McDowell. Those primates of Ireland don't listen to a word they say. Because you're put into prison if you stand up for Christian truth. As they speak about Ukraine and the Middle East. Eamon Martin, talk about Castlereagh Prison. Eamon Martin, John McDowell, mention Castlereagh Prison where you go, or Docus, if you stand.
Be careful. Careful of the step there.
Mind your head.
Mind your head. Mind your head. Stand up and okay.
That's not up to us to decide.
He's telling lies that my son is not in prison for not accepting transgender ideology. The whole country knows he is. He said he would not use the they pronoun.
This is Judge Brian Cregan. He has told many lies. He's told many lies about Enoch Burke and indeed about ourselves.
And they use the Equal Status Act.
Yes, he's
the Equal Status Act.
At the very start.
4 years ago, to put Enoch Burke behind bars. The Equal Status Act has nothing whatsoever to do with transgender.
That was Judge Eileen Roberts, and she would have known that. She relied on the Equal Status Act to say that the school were within their rights. The Equal Status Act says nothing about transgenderism. So she knew she was misleading. She was telling lies.
That's not the zoo.
No, that's from the very start. The courts, the judges have lied about why.
Do you, as the guard, the Síochána of this country, do you care that you're taking two people? We are in Castlebar this morning teaching young people that have exams coming up. That's where we want to be. My son would like to be in the front of the class as well. Do you care? Would you open your mouth about that if the court is wrong?
By the court order. We have a high court order.
Well, you're all human beings. Do you just do what you're told?
Well, we can't change that. We have a high court order directing us to bring you to Mount Everest.
But do you care?
What I care about doesn't make a difference.
Do you care?
It doesn't make a difference.
How corrupt
we have
this
a high
country
court
is.
order to bring you to the Mount Everest.
Yeah, and you're back in Westport today. Yeah. A lot of you talking to Jim Callahan and talking about us.
We weren't in Westport today. We're in Castlereagh.
Yeah, but you're looking for the this and that and the other.
Okay, ladies, there's going to be no argument. You're under arrest in relation to this order.
We have two orders here to bring you.
So you're making us now take up place in a prison. In a prison. The prison authorities are going to pay for us in prison.
That's the order
Enoch Burke has constitutional rights. He has the right to the free profession and practice of his religious belief.
It's not to do with us here today.
The courts have lied about why Enoch was disciplined in the first place.
That's a matter for the court or for the judge. It's not a matter for us here today. We can't change that today.
Do you care though? Do you care?
But these orders to bring both of you.
What about all of you?
It was my job. It was my job. I'd care.
Move over to the
van,
please.
I'd care. You give an account to God for your doings.
Move over to the van, please.
You're giving account to God for your doings.
Can you come over to the van, please?
We want to be in Castlebar with our young people who have exams coming up.
But we have orders
that's where we want to be.
You're under arrest on foot of a high court order. I'm now going to handcuff you.
From Judge Cregan, who's telling lies.
Do we need to put handcuffs? Because I'd rather not.
Enoch Burke has been in prison for over 600 days.
I'm not going to have you handcuffed.
He has denied his constitutional rights.
We're executing
we just have to execute the orders, okay?
You don't have to execute orders or that are corrupt.
We've been directed by a high court judge.
Do you want to tell me what's happening here today?
Sorry.
Well, we were just visiting Enoch Burke here in prison, in Castlereagh Prison. Enoch has been in prison for over 600 days. Martina and I were just visiting Enoch today. And what we have now is Gardaí who are seeking to arrest us
whatever you want
to
bring us to Docus prison.
My son is in here in a prison cell, locked in with criminals, because he won't use the they pronoun. That's why my son is in here today. He won't call a young boy they. He won't encourage a young boy to go along the path of puberty blockers.
Yes,
surgeries,
and surgeries, mutilation of their body parts.
That's why he's in there.
Enoch is saying no to this, and as a result of this, Enoch is in prison behind this.
Insanity. This is insanity.
Mind the step here, please.
So this is what happens in this country.
So you go to prison if you stand up for Christian truths, and it's a shame for the churches. Shame upon you, Eamon Martin. Shame upon you, gangster John McDowell. Those primates of Ireland don't listen to a word they say, because you're put into prison if you stand up for Christian truth. Don't listen to them. As they speak about Ukraine and the Middle East. Eamon Martin, talk about Castlereagh Prison. Eamon Martin, John McDowell, mention Castlereagh Prison where you go, or Docus, if you stand.
Just be careful. Careful of the step there.
Mind your head.
This is what happens in Ireland when you stand against perjury and corruption and lies in the High Court. And those lies have been told ever since 2022, when Enoch Burke was first taken from his teaching post at Wilson's Hospital School because he refused to comply with the Principal Niamh McShane's request that he use the they-them pronoun for a young child. That's what's happening here today now. Martina and Enoch Burke spoke out against the lies and the corruption of Judge Brian Cregan. So that's what happens in this country when you speak against lies and corruption in the court.